Special thanks to Robert Wayne Footwear and Doc Martin.
Now, how do you feel like when the crowd is like kind of receptive to your new music? Because I know you have, I believe just from your Tetsuan Youth to like from playing songs from The Cool, playing songs from Food and Liquor, playing songs from Sound Clash, and playing songs like that, like when you have a very diverse crowd, that different fans for different reasons, I think.
Yeah.
So when they go to your shows and they hear new music, do you feel like they're very receptive to what you have to say, or maybe resistant to what you have to say?
I don't know. I don't know how people are processing it. You know, there's certain songs that have become classics right before my eyes. You know, over the course of a period of time that initially people wasn't rocking with.
Right.
You know, or even in the midst. Within a span of 2 years, we used to go do Paris, Tokyo, for instance. We'll do Paris, Tokyo at a show 2 years ago, and it'll be crickets.
Damn.
It'd be like, because it was too slow. Because it was either too slow or it was like, you know, it didn't really vibe right. But then we do it now, and the place goes crazy. You know, people are crazy. It's like, oh, it's Paris, Tokyo. I haven't heard that because it's like it has a nostalgia to it, you know. And they're turning up on Paris, Tokyo harder than they are turning up on like a really turn up record. I guess if that makes any sense. So I don't know. You never know how people gonna react to certain things, new things. You have people go crazy for a brand new record that they've never heard as soon as the beat drop, and then they'll hear a song that they've been living with forever, and they're just kind of laid back chilling, you know. So you never know. I try not to gauge it like that. You know, I try to gauge it more so of just like, we're treating this tour to perform new records off the new album, which nobody knows. And I know that the crowd isn't going to react crazy. But we're doing songs, and people are getting this performance and hearing it for the first time. And they're actually like, yo, that's dope. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
You know, so it's going pretty cool. We're doing like maybe 3 or 4 new records off the new album. And everything else is kind of like old school, mid Lupe kind of stuff,
Now, when you say, like, when you hear a song for the first time and you just, like, go off on it, that's how I felt about Old School Love, and I think it just has this sort of feeling where you automatically, it takes you to wherever you want it to take you, or however you feel like, whether it be, like, with an old lover, or whether it be your love for hip-hop, or anything like that. But I feel like you were supposed to come out with another single before Old School Love, and just stuff didn't work.
Nah, the label has their set of singles, and it's like whatever the label says goes, basically. And they already have what they want to put out.
Right.
And it was just kind of like everything that we did was still just kind of back burner stuff. So even though I had records with Chris Brown,
like that crack record, right?
Yeah, it's still treated as like back burner, and what's really is their records. So it's just the nature of the beast. It's the nature of me being with Atlantic Records. You know, and you just deal with it, you know. But we're still doing crack on tour, you know. We're still doing another record called Drizzy's Law that we're doing on tour, in addition to Old School Love because it's the single, you know. But it's just a difference of like feel. Like I wanted something harder, you know, and they wanted something soft goes. And people enjoy it.
Cuddling season, taking a bag.
Yeah, I guess. You know,
Speaking of Drizzy's Law, though, that's become like a hashtag that I see a lot of people posting, especially when you start tweeting. Can you tell me about Drizzy's Law?
Yeah. For people who don't know, my Twitter is locked. It's not locked because I'm a coward. It's not locked because I'm a punk. It's locked because I don't like haters, you know. And we locked my Twitter like maybe 6 months ago, and started to like just delete followers. So we actually deleted maybe like 200,000-300,000 people. Who were only there to just like, hey, you suck. Hey, you such and such and such. And to just kind of get back to the core of the fans. So the Twitter's been locked for 6 months. You can't join. You know, only the people who were following from day one are only people allowed in it. We don't open it up to anybody. It's kind of locked forever. So within that, we've started to come with all these crazy zany laws and rules now, because I'm like the only private. I'm the only like quote unquote famous person with a private Twitter. You know, it got to a point where even the dudes within the Twitter knew that if they came out of pocket, that we're going to X them, we're going to excommunicate them. And then it was just like, yo, we're giving these dudes too much attention. So we established something called Drizzy's Law, which was we only retweet and we only reply to the women followers, to the female followers. And so the women love it. The dudes hate it. And what happened was it became like this little cult thing, you know, hashtag Drizzy's Law, whatever. You know, hey, what's up, Lupe? Hashtag Drizzy's Law, what's up, baby? Da, 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 da. And I was like, yo, we need a theme song. Let's make a song. Let's make a song out of it. And so we went in the studio and was like, yo, I got this idea. It's called Drizzy's Law. It's a song. Da, da, da. And so the idea was like, when you think of like girls, and it's weird, when you think of girls and who has the girls, you think of Drake. And so you think like, okay, we're gonna name it after Drake,
Drizzy.
the king of the girls right now.
Dope. And it's gonna be our laws for our
so
land.
Drizzy's like ladies only. When we do it live, make all the dudes turn around or go in the back.
Seeing how good it is, or just how like good life is in this like capsulated Twitter profile.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're ever gonna make it public?
No, we're done.
We're good.
Yeah, we're done. We got our 1.3 million.
Yeah.
You know, people unfollow. They know they can't come back. People, it keeps people. It keeps people calm.
Right.
That they know that it's like if you get out of pocket,
you're out.
You're out of here.
Exactly.
And the people who are in it, they just love it. They're like, because it's like
They're
so cool.
private little community.
And they get to see that it's like, you know, people will say, you know, as a celebrity or trying to be a celebrity, that you just do stuff to get headlines.
Right.
And then it was like, yo, I'm telling y'all, it's not me. This isn't Lupe going crazy because I want a cover of a magazine or I want somebody to put a headline up. And we actually get headlines from the locked Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not asking you to make a you know, blog story or news story about this. That means that you are following my Twitter, which you know is private, or trying to hijack somebody else's feed.
I think it's funny,
and
like
then
people
go
like,
make something out of it. Yeah, that's how it is. Like I think who's blocked. I think Vibe magazine is blocked.
Is XXL blocked?
They're about to be blocked.
Okay.
Who else is blocked? There's some big.
And
So it's not. So it's not just
like,
So it's not nothing.
Lupe.
It's not nothing crazy. And people are so cool and collective, and it's
Right.
just like. Shout out to the ladies. Drizzy's Law all day.
Hello.
Man.
Love
all
y'all.
Day.
Okay, I think that one of the main things about you is I feel like I can definitely understand your music. Kanye West had came in and he's like, dude, it's either in your code to understand me and when I speak to get what I'm saying or what people are saying are rants when I'm really trying to call to action your thoughts and your like motives.
Right.
I think it's in your code to either understand it or it's in your code to not understand it. I feel the same way about yourself in a way. Like either people kind of feel like, oh, Lupe's crazy, or people get like, no, Lupe's really trying to say something.
I don't know. I haven't really defined a philosophy for it. I try to understand it. I just know that people, for me personally, and I try not to project on people, you know, so I don't know what people are doing. I don't know what their DNA is. But for me, I know I'm unpopular or popular because I'm diplomatic.
Right.
You know, I can see it from everybody's points of view, you know, and I guess that kind of relates to what Kanye's trying to say, I guess. But it's more like I know that I can agree. I can see where dude is coming from, but I can also see the flaws in where he's coming from.
Right.
And I'm not hesitant to just say, yeah, I get that, but I don't get the rest of this. But simply because I'm even conversating with this person, the people who hate this dude are like, yo, how could you, how could you get in tune with this dude? Or how could you believe in this? Or how could you rely on that? But then I could turn around and do the same thing with them. And then that person who hates them because they hate him will be like, yo, how could you go over there and rock with them? So I try and just stay in the middle. And whatever you gain
You're
from
like
whatever I say. Yeah, I don't want to be Switzerland, though. I don't,
you don't want to be neutral?
No, Switzerland's not neutral,
Okay.
first of all. That's a myth.
I love it, though. You do this, too. You go on the Twitter and you tell people, like you have, was it Sundays?
Philosophy Sundays. Yeah, but we stopped doing those, though.
I know. I remember when you did.
Yeah.
Got learned a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Philosophy Sunday. Yeah, we used to. You know, I felt like I had to kind of, you know, let people in on the conversation and be like, yo, this is the topic. Now, what do you think about this? And you're gonna start coming up with stuff, and you're gonna start engaging with different people just in your Twitter feed who are like geniuses, you know, and brilliant. And if you give them an opportunity to talk about something other than just celebrity gossip or nonsense, you know, then you'll see these people come out the woodworks and be very, very nice. So there's a lot of people who are just really quiet on Twitter, and not quiet because they're antisocial or anything. It's like they just don't participate in the nonsense.
They're above it.
And then when you give them something like Philosophy Sunday to come in, they turn into like, you know, it's like you're talking to Albert Einstein or something.
Yeah, a good little back and forth.
Good. Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you as well, you worked with Kanye on a Black Skinhead, I believe, on Yeezus.
Yeah.
Do you feel like just with the making of that record and how a lot of people didn't really grasp to Yeezus, do you feel like it's either ahead of our time? And do you feel like people might feel the same way with Tetsu and Youth?
Nah, I don't think so. I still don't know what Black Skinhead is about.
And you worked on it.
I still don't know what it is. It's a lot of emotional, a lot of this, a lot of cliche, a lot of kind of stuff balled in together, and it's just supposed to be presented as a package and you digest it.
Right.
But I still don't know what it's supposed to do. You know, Ye has his plans. But nah, Tetsu on Youth is definitely way more straightforward.
Right.
I've always been conceptually, you know, I guess, progressive, you know.
Right.
But at the same time, too, making it simple enough for you to understand exactly what I'm talking about from the first time that you hear it. So even with the song with Chris Brown called Crack, it's about smoking crack, you know, and that's what the song is about. People are like, yo, how could you make a song about smoking crack? I'm like, well, why not?
Right.
People smoke crack. You know, it's a problem. It's not a problem. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I'm just going to present it to you in a format where it's like, hey, this song is about smoking crack. You know, and how you deal with that is how you deal with it. You know, does it make you want to go fight an anti-drug campaign? Does it make you want to go smoke some crack? Does it build you up as a crack dealer? You know, does it tear you down as a crack dealer? I don't know. I don't really care. But I'm going to make a song about smoking crack called Crack.
Crazy.
So, like, for me, conceptually, sometimes I have moments where, and it goes back to, and it may sound crazy, but it goes back to Kick Push. What is Kick Push about? It's about
Skating.
skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know, and so here's a song about skating.
And so
And
here's
how you
a
feel,
song
how you
about
feel,
crack.
yeah, how you feel about it, how you deal with it. Does it make you want to skate? Does it make you not want to skate?
Right.
Hate me? Does it make you want to love me? Like, I don't know. But here's this song, and it's
It'll
nice.
make you feel the way.
Yeah,
That's dope.
feel some type of way.
No, as far as relating to like the like when you say you make things pretty straightforward. When I saw this 15-minute video for your song, why is it not coming to my head right now?
We called it 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, the
1, 2,
one
3,
where
4.
the little kids in front of the TV.
So it was the last, I guess I don't even want to call them singles, but they were like just some of the songs off my last album, Food and Liquor 2, and it was Lamborghini Angels.
All packed into one.
Lamborghini Angels, Ital, and Audubon Ballroom, all kind of packed into
But the
one
way
video.
that video came together, first of all, I feel like it's very, if there was like a underrated video or like slept on video, I feel like that's it. But the way conceptually what you did with it, it kind of hits the heartstrings when you think of like what we're putting our children into, from viewing to and you don't like, you don't have children yourself, but I know you could feel it. Like you could see like this is what we're doing to our youth.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. We did it out here. So shout out to Alex and Zari, based in LA. Shout it all out here. So he's the homie. And it was really just like, you know, I want to shoot these videos. I don't want to be in them. And I want to just have these just one shots or these shots of imagery and then put this imagery together to tell a story. Right. And so it was like, you want to do that? You want to do what? I was like, yeah, I just want to shoot some Jordans and some chicken falling and, you know, a pile of guns and lean. That's all I want to shoot. And then I want to take that video and then show that video to a little kid. Then I want to take the video of the kid watching that video and then show that to some adults. Yeah. And that was really
some
the video.
Some specific type of adults, like a pastor, a KKK.
Yeah. People from all walks of life who benefit or promote, or whether they promote it consciously or unconsciously, promote this type of behavior, even by them denying people from going into it. Right. You know, you promote it in that sense. And so it was a very kind of heady video. You know, and it's like the songs even take a back seat, and that was kind of like the point. Where I just wanted the songs to just kind of be, you know, like just jingles playing in the background, and for you to really just be immersed in these visuals. And what happens is you become that little boy, because the first video that you see is Lamborghini Angels, right? And then the next video is you see Ital, and it's the little kid watching the same video that you just watched. You know, and then him kind of absorbing it, and then eventually this kind of, you know, super absurd scene of the police officer coming in, and the police officer coming in to arrest the little boy was really like, let me just get this out the way. That's what that arrest was. It's like you've absorbed all this stuff, you're already done, right? Let me just get this out the way right now. Let me arrest you right now, put you in jail right now, because from what you've just watched, maybe the fact you're finna be a criminal, that kind of misjudging the things. And then it was like, okay, now let's take that footage and put it in front of a bunch of people and see how they react to a kid watching this video. You know,
that was the oh my god moment, because there was people on both sides. One was either loving it, or one was crying to it. One was like, yeah, one was like, what the fuck is this?
And then it all just boiled down into a food fight.
Yeah,
it all became just this childish.
And then you come out
thing
in a KKK suit.
Yeah, I come out in a KKK outfit.
Do you kind of feel like that?
That's my cameo.
Yeah, that helps it. Like, I don't like lose its power. Like, you ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with like Kanye wearing a Confederate flag, but I'm not saying I endorse that in any capacity. But it's the same idea of embodying what destroyed us, literally destroyed us. Taking that, wearing it on our sleeves, and just. This is what it is. I remember I had this jacket on my last tour, and I had an American flag on the jacket. And he was like, yo, how could you wear an American flag? I was like, because this is one of the most feared things in the entire world. You know, it's not to be unpatriotic, but it's like, yeah, that's why I wear this, you know.
Right.
And so it's the same thing with, like, when I put on the Klan outfit. It was just kind of like, I'm gonna wear something that to me, you know, destroyed my people and hurt my people, but now it's meaningless.
Right.
You know.
Bravo on that. Just first of all, bravo on that.
Merci.
I do want to hit you up about SLR2 because when I heard it, first of all, I just want to say you come lyrically. I think what a lot of people don't get, because you have great radio hits and your songs, like even on our radio station, they go off the charts and people love them, and it's like most requested any type of Lupe Fiasco song.
Right.
But I feel like people might lose sight of that. Or like lose sight that you're an actual rapper. So when you came with
and
this
I will
song,
serve they ass.
yeah, I respected it, and I respected the fact that it didn't come from a place of like, you're ugly, you're stupid, let me talk about this, let me talk about that. You were more so like, yo, respect me, like you respect Hov, like you respect.
Yeah.
But what made you come out with SLR2? Because from what is said or reported, you came with it as a response to Control, where I had seen when Control first came out, you were kind of like, I'm not going to respond to this. And then you come with this.
I responded to it. I said I said y'all easily impressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, there's a ton of people, and people do what they do.
Right.
But it just, sometimes rappers put themselves in a position where they feel that they're above everybody, and they forget the millions of MCs that will chew their ass up, you know. And it's like, just because you're on the radio, and this goes for everybody. This goes for Jay-Z, Eminem, me, Kanye, everybody. Just because we're on the radio, you know, and just because we got platinum plaques and we got songs, don't think that there's a little guy not running around somewhere in LA or Houston who destroy us. You know what I'm saying? On every single level. And it's just something that we accept. And it's not like, oh man, Lupe, whatever. It's really just like, no, that's the truth. You know, that's what it is. So you have to be careful when you come into the game and you just start throwing shots at people like you're just this nicest. And I give you that. But if you want it, you got to come through us.
Right.
You got to come through Cassidy. You got to come through King Los. You got to come through Joe Budden. You got to come through Lupe Fiasco. You got to come through, you know, you got to come through this gauntlet of people, you know. And we'll give it to you. It's all love. You know, but this is where it comes from. But earn it, you know. And I come from slightly, when I first started, I used to battle. So for me, it's not like a big deal. But at the same time, too, it wasn't more directed at the response for Control. It was directed at the wave that Control made, where it tried to make everybody else obsolete. Right. And it was like, okay, now here's everybody's responses to it. You know, here's everybody's take on what you said. And that's just what it is. Right. You know, that's just part of what we do. It's part of being in hip hop. It
was more so a response to the reaction of kind of people saying, like, giving it up to Kendrick already, like.
No. I gave Kendrick an award in Chicago. You know, that he's the next best thing. And, you know, I have no gripes about that. It's on YouTube. You can see it right now, me giving it up to him. But also telling Kendrick, yo, my man, don't forget that y'all new cats are doing what y'all doing, but don't forget, like, these old cats, us. And sitting in the background, like, don't think we lost it. Well, we'll be back, you know. But it was no ill will in it, anything like that. But it was like, let's establish dominance. If you finna be nice and you finna say that you finna be nicest, then you have to be the nicest, and you have to be the nicest in everything that you do from now on. Same thing Lil Wayne did. Lil Wayne said, I'm the best rapper alive, and he murdered everything that he did until he stopped proclaiming that he was the best rapper alive. You know, 70 verses long, and did his thing. And everybody was like, yeah. Okay, we'll give you for now. Right. Right. You know, so it's that same piece. If you're going to say it, then you got to kill everything. If you're not killing everything, and that goes from Eminem to Kendrick to Jay to whoever, if you're going to say that and you're not destroying everything that you're doing, then you can't claim that. I don't claim it because I don't do that. You know, I have my moments of brilliance, but also we have our moments of lackadaisicalness, and that's just what that is. Okay,
in the record you say... I think it's the cup of the piece of paper, cup of Jesus. Yeah. You say like like they say I fell off, and you kind of admit it. But what's falling from the sky? I'm sorry if I'm not getting it correctly.
No, I get it. Because I don't really know what falling off is.
Yeah.
Especially for Lupe, when people like, man, you fell off.
Or
I'm
you've
like,
been quiet. Like, no.
Like, fell off how? Like, did I fall off at radio? Did I fall off as an MC? Like, did I fall off? Is it? You mean I'm not just as popular as I was 6 months ago? You know. or because you let this new dude come in who you think is nice because you're 17 and he's relating to your high school experience the same way Nas did for me, you know, that's what you're experiencing right now.
Right.
But don't think that people are just, we got whack. Like, oh, he's whack. Like, what? Like, you don't even rap. Like, what are you talking about? You know? So it's like, okay.
Judgment.
It's like, I'll give you that. I'll give you, okay, I acknowledge I slipped. I don't know in what department we're talking about, but I'll just, for the sake of making you all happy, yeah, I slipped. But what do you call falling from space into a bottomless pit?
Damn.
You know, nothing. It's like, so it's just, I'll just constantly be falling then, you know, and never touching the ground.
Still be high up.
And still be good.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
So that's all, just a little wittiness on my part.
I enjoy it. Now, lastly, before I let you go because they're trying to kick me out, when you talk about your showmanship and everything, I just really want to grasp onto the fact you're going to be at House of Blues tonight.
We're at House of Blues tonight and on Sunset, and we're going to be Saturday. We're going to be at the House of Blues in Anaheim. Yeah.
And when you show people your album, and I feel like I try not to watch interviews from you or read interviews from you because I kind of want to get my own feel for it.
Right.
But I heard somewhere they said that it's going to be Ratchet. Now, I know like your street, you come from that. Like that is like part of you. But it's like when they say Ratchet, we think like turn up, we think lean, we think of like YG and Mustard and stuff like that out here. Like, can you explain or elaborate a little bit more on what you define Ratchet of in your album?
Oh, it's the same thing as everybody else. It's graphic imagery, you know, presented to the masses.
Songs about crack.
That's Ratchet. I made a song about smoking crack.
But see, then I hear Old School Love, and I'm like,
well, that's the other part. It's Lupe's Ratchet.
Okay.
You know, everybody, you either can take something and fall into what everybody else is doing, or you could take something and build upon it and bring a new thing to it and turn it into something else. Me just saying it's going to be Ratchet automatically changes it into something else. Like, oh man, Lupe's going to make a Ratchet album.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Lupe's doing Ratchetness. Like, what does that mean? You know? And it's like, oh, it's a song about smoking crack. Well, how's smoking crack Ratchet? Well, how is smoking crack Ratchet? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it right now. What are we doing? Da-da-da. So, but Ty Dolla $ign is on the album, who's the king of ratchetness.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the king of sexual ratchetness. So there's some sexual ratchetness on the album, but it's Lupe's take on sexual ratchetness.
I cannot wait to hear it.
Yeah, super good. But balanced with the old school loves and, you know, the nice. And I felt because old school songs like Old School Love are so soft and so nice that I didn't want the whole album to just be nice and soft. Like I wanted it to have some teeth and some bite to it. So that's where that ratchetness, quote unquote, kind of comes from, you know.
Understood. Thank you so much, Lupe Fiasco, for hanging out inside Big Boy's Neighborhood, Power 106.
You got
Ricky
it.
Martinez.